Yep, that time of the year again. Oh. It's cold out here. I've had this thing off or down set low for the past week and haven't had a lot of opportunity to get out here. So, anyways, welcome back to the RC barn. I think I can get the flame in here. And today we're gonna keep working on the cauldron. I guess I keep mispronouncing it, adding the L in, so it's cauldron. Cauldron ain't entirely wrong, no. So, anyways, today's goal. I don't have a lot of time here, but I'm hoping that I can at least get landing gear block made and that. So, anyways, where we're at, I did this all off camera. I went ahead and framed in the flap area here. So, how the flaps work, these are split flaps, and they get, you know, obviously bigger than that, but they fit inside here. Then when they're activated, boom. So, yeah, we'll get into that a little further, but I did get, like I said, some, you know, fiddle farting around there, but did get it framed in. So, next step is I need to finish capping these off because they're obviously too long. If you look at the plans here, I got that N5 that I need to make, and that's going to be the end cap for the aileron, and it's going to go right about here. The weird thing about this is it's like in the middle, so it's just, yeah, just that angle. So, anyways, and it's out in the middle of nowhere, so I gotta figure out and get that in there and get it straight is the biggest thing, and then I can cut this down, make the flaps, yada yada yada, you know. Sort of deal. So my goal today is to get the center section done up. Nothing there. Need to put that in there. I'm going to make this as big as I can because I like the extra meat around my bolts. This is where the wing's going to get attached to the fuselage at. So I'll make this probably quite a bit bigger and make it a little stronger. And then we can finish sheeting the bottom of it. The top will... I'm not sure if I'm going to sheet that or not. I might. If I do, I'll have to put some supports in there to do that with. So we'll cross that bridge when we get there. If I think we need it for support, I'll put it in. And then the main topic of today is the landing gear blocks. So in order to get the front of the fuselage, excuse me, the front of the wing closer to completion is I want to do the blocks for the landing gear block. So, you know, they get cut out. This is 3 out of the blocking here. And I've been a builder for a really long time, and I've never had to make my own blocks. So, normally, if I remember right, the few times that I ran into needing blocks, the hobby shop had them already, or he cut them out for me, so I never really had to worry about it. Or I used from a crashed airplane, I'd clean the glue up and reuse them, whatnot. So I've never made them before. I mean, yeah. So I asked the question on what kind of wood I needed. I thought maybe I could just use pine, but that wasn't the case. So I went to Menards, and I'm trying to remember what the name of this is. This is maple. So I got this 1x2, 6 foot long, at Menards for, I think it was like $10 or $11 or something like that. So that's going to become our maple blocks. Now I do have the equipment to make my own blocks. You're going to need some power tools, you know. I gotta have to cut them down to size. So I do have a table saw now. I didn't have one before. We're going to have to put the groove down through the center, so I'm going to have to figure that out. I know not a lot of excitement going on with that, but, you know, part of the necessary thing. Then I will probably, I don't know, I've thought about making them longer. So, you know, we got 3. And then I think this is 1. And this is 2. And then here's 1, 2, and 3. So evidently the plans, again, the plans on this thing, they suck. There's no way around it. I will get an airplane out of these plans though. I'm just determined to get a set of plans out of this. So anyways, according to the rib structure here, that's supposed to go all the way to the N1, and then it gets the block there instead of there. I don't know. We're gonna make them that long, and we might even make it one piece for strength. I think that's what we'll do. I think we'll make it one piece for strength, and then so I don't have to cut it up. I just got to make one long one, and then we'll figure out where the block goes for, because you put the I guess I could make sure I'm getting you in the camera here so you can see what I'm talking about. So I always thought these were a little short. Picking up 3 ribs would be more support. I'm gonna add tri-stock in here and everything. I don't want to have a failure. So anyways, you put your block down, and then you add thickness to it by doubling up where your landing gear comes through. Your upright leg in the wing comes through for extra stability. I would like to try to hide the yeah, thank Mikey. The hold downs for this. I don't think I can make this a little deeper, which I may, and sink the block into the rib a little bit more so it comes up into the wing. And then maybe I can just make myself a simple plate to go across there that will hide all that, a few button head screws, and you don't have the wire clamps showing. So I think it'd be a nice little detail. Don't know if I'll go that far or not. We'll have to see when I get there. So anyways, I think I'll switch over to time lapse. I need to find the template for that N5 right there and get it made since I don't have it yet. And then we'll get those glued in. I'll work on this here, get that put in. Probably going to do this all on time lapse. So anyways, get to that here in a second. I've completely forgot where in the heck we were at in this thing, but I thought I'd show you some of the difficulty that I've been having with this thing. So yeah, I got ahead of myself here once again. So I got this all framed in. This is the aileron bay here, and this is your flaps. Actually, the ailerons are smaller than the flaps, believe it or not. I guess I expected it to go really fast. Anyway, so I made some marks here, and I measured off of the tip here, trying to figure out where in the heck to put this guy at, in relation to everything. I cut this out precisely on the plans with the angles involved and everything. Reinforced it. If you remember, my stick was way out here, and I mean, I just kept on going back and forth a half an inch. I mean, one mark is here, another mark's here. I'm going to probably have to really pay attention when I go to build the aileron, because to make sure it fits the hole, is the biggest thing. So, anyways, I thought, well, what am I going to do next? So I got all this center done, and I thought I'd go ahead and get the sheeting done here. And so, anyways, I'm assuming that this right here, well, if I point the camera at it. So here's the center section here. Okay, and then we got two. Now this limit to wallet and Trotos is pointed in the middle. I did interpret that to flap limit, and to me limit means that's where it ends. So I'm assuming that this angle here is our limit and not, so it's going to come, again, point you to where I'm pointing at here. So I assume that it's going to start here and end up out here in space somewhere. So I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to measure a few times here off of some known movements here. So I got a ½ inch there. Okay, and then it's going to go up to nothing up here, but we should probably, no, it goes up to nothing right here. Okay, and then, oh, that's perfect. So how wide is this thing flies? 4.5 inches. So that means I'm gonna need a 2 pieces, 3, because I ain't got a 4.5 inch wide 8-inch stock. I could probably use a new sheet and an old sheet. That. Next question is so if we do that and we do that, almost perfect. Almost. So now what you can't see is that this is square. So I think what I'll do is I'll glue these two sheets together, and that'll give me my distance, and then I'll find the center. I'll probably put a cut mark there, so we'll make this out of 4 pieces. So that's kind of just, one little area that is going to be a pain in the butt. So I'm going to go ahead and get that done, and I'll bring it back in when I go to glue it in and I got it all fitting pretty. How's that sound? Because this is probably going to take like an hour. All right, that was a little less time consuming than I thought it was, but it was still kind of a pain. And actually, if you look, the angle's in here and not over here, even though it looks like it. This is at a 90. So what I did is I fit this first piece here, and then I found, the joint in my spar, and I eyeballed that and marked it, and then I straight lined off of this, because this is straight also, and I cut my angle in. So this is one square with the angle cut in this center section with the same here, This is a 90. This is a 90. And this is a 90. So actually, I didn't even need to know where in the hell these were at, because I just needed to know that it started at that rib juncture and went 90 all the way off of this angle. Yeah. So I got a little bit of fitment issues. Not surprised. I haven't sanded really hardly anything. And I got a low spot. You can't quite see it in there, but there's definitely a angle not right, because I didn't sand this little bit here. So what I'm going to do now is, I'll know that I got it marked and I got the pieces pinned in place. It's not glued yet. And I will sand that, and then we'll glue it in, and we can call this right here done. A little progress at a time. And then I don't know if I probably should get the other one of those made. That's where I screwed up at. I took my time and I made that damn thing. And I found the template here on my extra set of plans. There's my template. And it wasn't even close. I mean, it was like 1/4 inch off. So I cut another one, 1/4 inch plus or minus some longer, and sanded to fit, and sanded and cut that one, sanded that one a little too much, and then made another one that had a little longer of a leg on it where I needed it at. Made that one to fit perfect, doubled it up because this is supposed to be thicker. So it's 2/8 inch sheets. It's pretty close to the metric standard there. And got so excited, I glued it all in, and I'm like, duh. I needed to make the exact copy for that side. And, yeah, so now I get to start all over again, and, spend another hour or so, fiddle farting around with that, because I didn't save my template. I glued it into the wall. Oh, God. Ugh. Flies. You don't dare. They always land on your plane when you can see them, so that way you can't kill them, because otherwise you'll damage your plane. So, anyways, I'm going to get going on the other side, and then, I'll bring it back. Alright, so I'm going to finish this video up real quick, but I did get the end caps done up here for the ailerons. And I got this sheeting finished. Now, I'm going to pretty much sand this all smooth. We got some lumpiness here and there, but 1/8 inch sheeting, ain't got to worry about going in too deep. And flip the wing around here. So got that all finished up, sanded, a rough sanding. Got little things to fill here and there, but we'll get to that during the finishing processes. So what I did there is I marked from this rib to here, and from this rib to here, marked it out where it had to go, cut it, yeah. That was a lot of work just getting that finished up, that tail end. But it's looking really good. And if I take some 1/8 inch in here, you can see how the flap's going to lay in here. We'll have to build them up. Obviously. Cut, fit, shape. Put a block in it for here. Do some fancy things with hinges, because it's got a flat hinge there. Haven't worked that part out of it yet. Sorry if I've been, kind of stuffed up here. I'm just getting over a cold over this past week, so that's why it's been a little slow moving. But I'm feeling a little better after about a week of this crap. So anyhow, I did play around with my saw a little bit with the landing gear. I'm gonna make another video on the landing gear. Like I said, I'm gonna end this one here. But I did teach myself how to slot that. I gotta do a lot more figuring and thinking, but I did play around with it a little bit. And yeah, it's obviously not centered, but that was just eyeballing it. I was just playing around with my saw. I'm not a woodworker by any means, so we will figure out that landing gear. That's probably going to, I think the next steps is to go ahead and get the flaps made And then I'd like to finish the front end of the wing up. So it'll probably be flaps. I mean, don't necessarily need to cut them out right now either, but I probably will get them made. And then landing gear block, get all those ribs made up so they fit in the slots up here. See the slots that they go into. And I got some tri-stock to add to the tail end here and here to reinforce that a little bit. Not sure it's completely necessary. It shows it on the plans. I'll have to decide whether I'm going to do that or not. Okay. But since I changed how all this is going, there's not a lot of room there to put, how much more strength do you really need? So anyhow, we're going to leave this one here. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.